Okay, it looks like I'm live. Um, yeah, I think so anyway. Oh my god, I am live because I can see Tommy's in the chat. How are you, man? Thanks for popping in. I just thought, you know what? It's nearly midnight. It's about 7 minutes to midnight, and I thought, why not pop on? Yeah, it's almost midnight, almost. Um, it's 11:53 here in the UK, so I thought, why not just pop on and just just do a little bit of streaming. Why not? I haven't done it for a while, so I thought, like, am I, can I still do it? Who knows? I thought I'd just give it a go again. Like, it's been a while. I figured you you know what? I saw footage of that. It's bonkers. Tea cakes, how are you? Thank you for popping. Wow, there's some, what are they called? Night owls out here. Some night owls. Obviously not Tommy because you're over in the good old US. I mean, how are things over in the US right now? I mean, man alive. I mean, I don't want to get too. I don't want to get into politics at all, but but you know, he kind of. I mean, all I know is I don't know if this is because I don't believe anything. It's hard to believe or see anything. You don't know whether what you're seeing is real anymore. But please let it be real. I saw a clip of Hulk Hogan coming out and like pumping up the crowd before like Mr. Trump appeared. Was that true? Was that real? Like he spoke to the crowd to G them up like a fluffer, like, is that true? Is that actually what happened? Like, and because I saw him ripping that was a real thing. That wasn't like a deep fake or anything. Because he was talking about all the Trumpomaniacs, and he's like 80 years old now. I'm guessing. I don't know how old Hogan is, but he's pretty old, right? And he's ripping his shirt, and like, oh, was that real? Unbelievable, unbelievable. Evening, Leanne. How are you? Thank you for popping in. US is like Leeds, but from coast to coast. Says Tommy. That's incredible. He posed with Trump years ago, and now he's speaking. Wow. I mean, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Um, it's just, I don't know. I mean, you have to give him some points for having Hulk Hogan on his team, right? I mean, who does Biden have? Does Biden have anyone? Like, I mean, who used to go up against Hogan that's still around? I don't even know who was the bad guy. I mean, I'm pretty sure Macho Man's gone, right? Andre the Giant's gone. I mean, who is still around that used to go up against? I mean, Ric Flair. I don't know. Does Biden have Flair or something? I don't know how this works. And like, does whoever has the best wrestler on their side, are they like more likely to win? I mean, the presidency. I mean, one thing, right? Um, Biden has the two dwarfs, Sleepy and Dopey. I mean, I don't even know what to say. It's it's interesting, isn't it? It's all very interesting. I mean, I don't know how this works. We live in interesting times. I think that's all you can take from this is obviously interesting times. But I hope everyone is well. Thank you for you guys who are still awake. I'm surprised to see Leanne, you're still awake on Friday. Obviously, I'll be going to the car boot tomorrow morning. I'm looking forward to that. So I'm going to have to set my alarm quite early to do that. But it's all good. It shouldn't be too much of a headache to get up. We're up early every day anyway because the dog starts barking at around like 5:30 without fail. Like he'll stay absolutely fine. What's Biden is supposed to be dropping out by Sunday, really. Johnny Forticoats, how are you? It's so good to see these regular names. Like, you guys are still subscribed to the channel. I mean, that's phenomenal. Um, And yeah, hi Izzy, what's on my t-shirt? I got this t-shirt from Car Boot Chris's Whatnot stream. He was doing a Whatnot stream, and he sold this t-shirt on there, and I snapped it up. It's my size, which unfortunately is double XL. You know, I mean, I'm not going to say that I'm happy about that, but there we go. Leanne says, I'm getting up early for a jumble sale. Or you got to get your elbows sharpened for the old jumble sale. Jumble sales are brilliant. I think jumble sales are just like, oh, there's something about a good jumble sale. They don't happen obviously as often as a car boot, but also like, you know, everything is like 20p and stuff, which is bonkers. Um, Up at 4:30 seem pointless going to sleep now, says TKX. Really? I know what you mean. If you stay up too late, like Antoinette as well. Wow, hey Antoinette, how are you? Thank you for popping into the stream. Man alive, you night owls are out there, and I'm very grateful for you guys popping in. But yeah, I know what you mean, TKX. It gets to that point, doesn't it, where you kind of like have stayed awake and you're like, I may as well just go the whole hog now. I was watching Tech interview Jamie from Wales. I didn't know when my notification came on. Oh, okay, thank you. And you switched. I appreciate it, Leanne. I appreciate that you would switch from Tech and Sports. Wow, I mean, like that's. I mean, obviously, why would you watch Tech and Sports when you can watch me? I mean, like, you know, look, I'm here, you know, working. Well, I was kind of working, not really, but you know, I can understand why. You know, look, I have a ruler, so I measure things. I have stock. Look, I've got action figures. Look, I still have lots of action figures. So I can understand why you'd switch from. There's probably no information to be gained over there. You can watch him later. No, you don't need to. Once you've watched this, you will know everything you need to know. But not that you need to learn anything about reselling. To be honest with you, yeah, I've got to say, like, when it comes to the old reselling, I've dropped the ball quite a big way, eBay wise, but I'm not that fussed because I still sell the odd bit on there, and it's kind of just like fun. I'm really trying to focus on my website though, to be honest, and I'm really enjoying it. Although I've also been learning how to list using spreadsheets, and honestly, guys, I think spreadsheets are the future. Like, some of you are probably already doing this, but like, you know, like on eBay, was it Jamie sold £175,000 in clothes last year? Wow, that is incredible. Yeah, you don't need to know all that. I mean, you know, I like I shut down my shop this year. You know, that's equally as impressive. But that's incredible. 175 grand. So is he UK based, this Jamie? Actually, you did say, I think you said Wales. So he's from Wales. So someone in the UK is doing 175 grand in clothes. Wow, that's incredible. I will say that is incredible. And he only sources online. Man, like, okay, I might have to watch this. I might have to watch this. Is this like on YouTube then? It's just available on YouTube. That is impressive. Although I'm not sure. Leanne, have you made it your mission to come here to try to crush my spirit or something? Because he's only 20 as well. Ah, there must be something wrong. There must be something. I don't know. That's incredible. Well, if he's done that much, that's incredible. Tried uploading CSV. You know what? CSV is amazing. Maybe Jamie does it. Who knows? I don't know. But like, I think it's such an incredible way of listing. Whether that's on, like, I've started to do it on my website now, so that it just means that if you're listing a lot of the same thing, it's or if you like working in batches, it just makes things quite easy, because you can kind of, for example, if you're like if I'm listing loose action figures, like if I want to list a bunch of loose action figures, they may not, you know, there might be too much faff to bother listing them like individually, like on the online. But if you've got it on a spreadsheet that you can literally just populate in seconds, whack a price on, and upload I've even figured out how to do the images as well. So that, it's amazing. It's worth learning tea cakes, especially for someone like yourself who does a lot on your website, like, or you just tease. It's so good. CSVs. I've got to be honest. I've got to say, I don't think I've seen many people talk about them or explain them. Like, Tommy would benefit from CSVs. I don't know if he does it because he's like you do mostly trainers, don't you? So yeah, definitely might only be, even if it's 50k profit tea cakes, that's not shabby, is it? Let's be honest. Tommy says that's the whole problem with tech and why people that know what's going on don't watch him. They always tout gross sales, but tech's net profit was going. Jazz, how are you? Jazz, how are you? Now these guys, two Aussie thrifters, hey, these guys. All right, if you were to ask me my honest opinion, right, on who I think the best reselling content and the people that have grown the most and like gone like Brad and Jazz, right, hands down defecate from a great height on everybody else, right? That's how I feel. That's how I feel, and that's my honest opinion, right? That's my honest opinion. I just think, in terms of like people that have, I like how they do things. I love how they look at things. I just love their whole thing. I love them. Like, I watch their content is fun, but it's just their way they've grown their business. I like how they are so methodical. I think I like the methodical side of things. Like having the separate media store and stuff like that. They are just, for me, right, when it comes to YouTubers that are actually that I like and also are doing things, I love them. I think their content is incredibly good. They might know about CSV bulk uploading on eBay because it is a monstrously powerful tool, and you should definitely have it. So yeah, thank you for popping in, Brad Jazz. Appreciate it. You should do a video about it. No, I don't feel like I'm an authority on CSV. I don't know. Like, I'd be like, hey, I I have a store with 100 eBay listings. Watch me upload in bulk on CSV. I use it more for my website, but still, that's how I feel. But yeah, they're great. They really are. That's the US way here, tea cakes. Tommy, yeah, it's so tiresome. Says, okay. Pleasant Valley. Man, like, Will, thank you for popping in PvP. I appreciate. You know what, guys? You night owls have cheered me up. I was not. I kind of went live this late because I was hoping that that maybe not many people. And I know it's like 11, and we used to get more, but I'm kind of happy with this. It makes me feel comfortable. We're like, you guys are like the core OG viewers of this channel, so I really appreciate you guys popping in. It's really comfortable. I'm comfortable with this. I don't want it to go more than 11. It's at 11 and I like it. I can just chat to you guys. I just want to kind of just chat to you guys. Hey Jazz, be rad. Jazz and Brad should have 1 million. You know what, Tommy? 100%. If there's a channel out there that deserves, I mean, obviously, you've got to obviously respect. Obviously, the likes of Craigslist Hunter. You've got to love Craigslist Hunter. I think he's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. It goes without saying, right? But Brad and Jazz definitely should have like 1 million subs all day long. CSV make me crazy with my fat. CSV is godlike, tea cakes. Honestly, I don't understand how there's so much reselling content, yet there's nobody talking about CSV uploads. When you set yourself up, like for example, if you're an eBay seller, you could have a CSV file for just, for example, jeans or just action figures. You could have it all pre-populated. You'd just be putting titles in, prices. You'd be, as long as you can host images online, you can then attach your images. It's all done on the spreadsheet. It's so quick, no waiting at all. It saves so much time, and it makes like mundane masses of listings really easy. I think it's just incredible. Let's see what people are saying. Wowza here, that's far too. No, honestly, Brad, honestly, dude, you and Jazz are inspirational. Seriously, you really are. Beers will ship in sunshine. How man alive. The names. I love these names. Thank you for popping in, guys. I really appreciate it. Hey Tommy, hope you're well. Hoping to get to the US soon. Man, that's still a dream of mine, but I'm not sure I'd be allowed in now. I'd have to check, or I'd have to make sure that it's safe. Um, I'm sure it is. I'm just teasing. Wow. I mean, Hulk Hogan. I mean, he was giving it Crumpomania, and he was. Oh, come on. I mean, that's just. I don't know how to feel about that. I know I shouldn't be impressed, but I am. Okay, I can't. Not by Trump, but just by Hogan fluffing for Trump. I mean, he was literally. I didn't know whether that was real, but it's real, and that makes me happy. Okay. Yeah, Pete is still rocking it, says Shipping. Yeah, definitely. I just saw Pete is about to hit 500,000 subs. His scammer videos are a gold. Wow, Tommy, that is awesome. That is awesome. The only thing I sell now is items on the in. Wow, what's that? What is that? Shipping Sunshine, auction house in. Wow, I don't know what that means, but let me know. But that is awesome. You do what makes you happy, innit, I suppose. Um, Lonnie and Candice, of course, Lonnie, and Cincinnati Picker as well, wasn't there? There was Cincinnati Picker. He was great as well. I'm sure he's still doing his thing as well. Um, let's see, Lonnie and yeah. So you and Bet close your high street store. Yes, Pleasant Valley. We can add that to the list of things that didn't quite work out for us, but I'm sure we learned stuff from it. It just, you know what, it was a tough decision, and I'm still not sure it was the right one. Like, could we have just used it as a workspace? Things like that. Like, but I think what happened was I so wanted the shop to be the main source of income and work that I put in way too much time into it when it wasn't producing. What I should have done is stay disciplined and just used it as a workspace and continue to focus on the website, on eBay, on online, because really the future is online. Like, what really opened my eyes to closing the shop was when I started to go on TikTok, like, with no following. Like, even now, because my account got like it got taken away, my original TikTok account. But even though it was a small account, and even now I've had to start a second account, I can now still go on a live. They give you live viewers, like, you'll get, like, not many, but the viewers you get are, like, really okay to just buy stuff from people that they've only just seen on TikTok, for example. So they'll see me, I'll live stream, and I'll be like, hey guys, I've got this on the website for this much, and this, I'll show you this, show these toys and stuff. They've got a category called fandom, and, like, I just disclose my content as brand, like, that I'm promoting myself. And they start buying stuff. So that really opened my eyes. Like, I was getting so much more success from doing that. So yeah, that's just how it feels anyway. Still remember your chin wags. Brad, if you do let me know ahead of time, I'll make plans to travel if you don't come to the East Coast. Says Tommy. Oh, Tommy, that's amazing. So was it Tommy teased on Twitch with a fake live yesterday? Really, Shipping Sunshine? I remember Tommy playing COD. Oh man, in-game auction house. What is in-game auction house? I don't even know what that is. Still remember Chinwags. Justin from Pawnbroker Pickers is worth the watch. Still watch Craigslist Hunters every vid, says Tea Cakes. Okay, my sister lives in Phoenix. If you want to stop in that area, awesome area because it's a 4-hour drive to Vegas, Cali, Grand Canyon. Man, the US is amazing. A game. Oh, in World of Warcraft. Oh, you do auction. I know what World of Warcraft is, Shipping Sunshine. We'll make sure to get to you. That will be amazing. Seeing Brad and Jazz hit the US, that will be awesome. Do Grand Canyon, it's amazing. Colors change all 4 seasons, says Shipping Sunshine. Um, you found wholesale supplies from having a shop. Yes, there's been a lot of benefits. Like, if it wasn't for the shop, like I feel like I've learned so much about like building a website, like market. I think I've learned a lot more in a weird way since obviously like things not working out with the shop. Of how important marketing the website is and how to do it. A lot of little things. I've started to learn a lot, and I have. There's a lot. Every cloud has a silver lining. So there's got to be a silver lining. I don't fully know what it is yet, but I'm sure there is one. But yeah, like the fact that the thing I'm buzzing about really is like being able to build a website and set it up and all that kind of stuff. I really like that. I enjoy that kind of stuff. Like messing around with the tech side of things. So yeah, there we go. We plan to get over your way. Tommy, I've sent you a DM. Where's best to catch you? Messenger, Instagram, says Brad. Oh wow. My IG was hacked a few weeks ago. Oh my god. Online does seem to be the future. Even big retailers like Walmart are moving. Yeah, definitely. I think it unfortunately, like, online is definitely where people feel happier to shop. Like I said, it was really bizarre that on TikTok, like even with a very like with an insignificant account. And the weird thing is, again, this is not a hack necessarily, but TikTok don't allow you to go live unless you've got 1,000 followers. But because I've got a TikTok shop and I linked it to my TikTok account, even though I didn't sell anything through the shop, they give me access to live streaming, even though I haven't got the 1,000 followers yet. And going live is definitely the quickest way. Like if you've got 1,000 followers on TikTok already, going live is the best way to grow, I think, on that, because you just get so much interaction. But like what was mind-boggling was at the conversion of customers. It was bonkers. I really love it. Online, okay. Wow, that's a big pivot, closing a shop. Yeah, it's Jazz. It was a forced pivot. But like I'm still not sure that I think ideally if I was just disciplined more, like more disciplined, ideally I should have just used it as, because it still did bring in some money, and we've now lost what little money it did still bring in some money, because obviously people did come in and buy stuff. It's kind of like hard not to accept, you can't ignore that. But what I should have really done is been a lot more disciplined. I suppose this is something I've learned, I guess. But like, if I just, I'd said this before, so I kind of knew to do this, but I didn't do it, so I paid the price. But ideally, I should have just really doubled down on the website, on online, basically eBay and the web. That should have always been the number one focus, and then we should have just used the shop as a storage space. But again, you do learn things, because the other side of the coin is, especially with a storefront, especially with like our landlord, his age and things like that. Like, one thing I would say is you've got to be careful what you wish for, because the other side is, had we really like taken off in terms of the retail working super well, we would then be kind of we'd kind of be at like the mercy of the landlord in terms of when it came to renegotiating a lease. We'd feel tied down, because obviously if you build a physical business, you can't even just move down the road without it massively affecting. Like, say if you just move down the road on the same high street, that move would impact your footfall massively. Like, even if you built up a really good customer base over the years, it takes people a long time for some reason to like figure out like what seem to be quite simple things. Like even till the last moment, we used to get people coming in asking if aren't you the card shop, and the card shop hadn't been where we were for years and years. Like, it wasn't even the shop before, it wasn't even the shop before the shop before, it was years ago, and yet people were still coming and going, aren't you the card shop, like genuinely looking confused. And like, people are really like just because we're not incredibly stupid, we automatically assume that other people aren't incredibly stupid. But I get the feeling there's a lot of really stupid people out there, because they would come in and be like they'd say some of the weirdest things. Anyway, let's I digress. And I do miss it though. I do miss it. Let's see. Let's see what people are saying. Um, I feel your pains, he says, Shipping Sunshine. Took me the first 3 years to see any profit when I opened my first store in the 90s. Retail brick and mortar is tough back when with online it's probably brutal to make it. Yeah. I mean, pain, but you can kind of. I love it. I still hanker for it, but if we went for it again, it would be different. But in all honesty, online really is where it's at. It's about building. I think building a brand online is so much more powerful because it means if you don't know where life's going to take you, we might end up back down south. We sometimes we get real hankering, missing London. Really do miss it sometimes. We might end up down south. We might end up somewhere else. Who knows? And I think if having a successful online business is obviously a lot more useful because it's more about having an online presence versus a physical presence. So yeah, that's just how I feel. Let's see what people say. Lol, Ray, I was doing tech support, helping a streamer sort settings out. I didn't mean to hit the live button. Man, Tommy's still helping people, legit, man. I've got a great idea. Open an actual store and use it as a storage unit with benefits. That is what I should have done, Double Decker Couch. That's what I should have done with what we had. And that was the plan. But I got sidetracked. The romantic side of like making the retail shop work took over. Became a bit of an obsession. I spent hours and hours and hours there when it didn't deserve it. So it really important thing to know if you ever do go down that route. Most people that open shops do them because they do love the whole interaction side, but interaction and things like that don't always pay the bills. So but yeah, that's what I should have done though. Still miss retailers having in-store stock. I bought a really good quality set of dresser drawers at Walmart 10 years ago, as could see the quality in store, says PvP. Yeah, 100%, 100%. I think there is still a place for it, there's still a place for it, but you have to figure it out. You have to kind of get all your ducks in a row, as it were, So yeah. Back when they had a furniture department. Yikes, I'm like, BCP, you're never late. Like Gandalf says, a wizard is never late. Wizard is never late. He arrives precisely when he means to. He's never early, he's never late. He arrives precisely when he means to. You're a wizard. You're a wizard, BCP. Thank you for popping in. I appreciate it. Great to see these familiar names. Is TikTok a younger demographic with funds to spend in your genre of goods, says Leanne. Possibly it could be the demographic. Obviously online gives you access to it gives you access to the whole the range of people, older people, I mean, like my age, like I'm into this stuff, like if I can appreciate an elite Kurt Angle wrestling figure, then there must be other 40-something-year-olds that can also appreciate an elite Kurt Angle, or even better, I can't. It's late at night. I can't. I think it. But yes, you're right. It does obviously give you a wide range of a much more broad demographic. But I also feel like because of that age thing as well. I feel like they've been brought up with online shopping, and it shows. Like they have no qualms. They're so comfortable. Like whereas it would take a lot more. In terms of building trust with someone of maybe my age and older, like in terms of like getting me to shop on your website, I'd need to make sure you were trustworthy, legit. The website's legit. Is it etc. I think the slightly younger generation, like say people like in their 30s now and below, because they've grown up that much more with online shopping being a normal thing, for them there's like no qualms, no reservations, and I mean the ease with which I mean like ideally like I've actually set myself up so I can also list on TikTok Shop because that is bonkers. The only reason I can't do it is simply because I can't afford to sell on TikTok Shop at the moment because if you did go viral, you'd need a lot of stock and you'd hate to want to waste that kind of opportunity. But B, early on, they keep your money for like a month, I think. and at the moment I just simply couldn't afford to like sell a bunch of stuff and just not see any money at all. We're not in that kind of a position. Ideally we would be in the kind of position where we could, but we're not, so it doesn't quite work. But that's something also that I would love to have in the future. um, and let's see what other people are saying as well. um, Damn storm rolling in Florida, snow but melted. Wow, shipping sunshine, that's crazy. A lot. Sadly, I have to agree. Double decker couch message retracted. PvP's got some ducks in there. What the term you're looking for is nerd, says shipping sunshine. Was the roasting joint shares must have plummeted. TK says, you know what? I've gotten. Yeah, I've not eaten out in ages. Like, I'm kind of I've become a lot more. I feel like I can do things myself a lot better, and because I'm not really into like eating pies as much, I'm okay. But like I'm making all kinds of. Like wraps at home and burgers at home. Everything I'm making, like even chips. I've stopped even buying like frozen chips. I now just like cut up a potato, boil it, and then stick it in the fryer, and I get the tastiest chips. I don't know. I'm doing like everything at home myself now, like rather than going out. Like I've really cut down how much like I eat out. Like I don't even have kebabs anymore, which is really weird. But yeah, yeah, it's just the vibe at the moment. You know, could all change. It could all change. Um, so yeah, Silver Manny, how are you? Double Decker Couch says Garstang isn't the epicenter of action figures. Didn't take a genius to work that out. That's well, it might not take a genius to work that out, but clearly I am no genius. Double Decker Couch. I still had hope. I don't know why. I thought, there's schools. There's lots of schools around here. There's like loads of just kids of all ages. There's college close by. It felt there's lots of housing, like family housing. It felt like it should be the right area, and I think it could have been. I don't think it's the area that's the issue. I think it was my management of the whole thing that's the issue. It wasn't. I don't. I think you can be successful. I really do believe. Like I could have made a success of it. I just didn't do the right things in the right order. I might have done some of the right things, but if I did them in the wrong order. And either way, the result is the same. So I kind of feel like that's how I feel about it. Kathy, how are you? Thank you for popping in. Air fry Johnny 40 coats, right? I am sorry, but no. You cannot. Like, I just don't. This is a fallacy, right? Air fryers are brilliant. I use an air fryer regularly, okay? I use an air fryer all the time. However, right across from the air fryer, I have got a deep fat fryer with oil. You simply, I don't care who you like. I don't think it's possible. I think it's impossible. The word is impossible. It's impossible to match fried chips. You just can't. Okay, like if you get 2 potatoes, slice them up, boil them, and then you season them and stick one set in the air fryer and one in a deep fat fryer for like 5-6 minutes at like the right heat. The air fryer chips are just not a match. Okay, I mean I'm tempted to now do that experiment, but I know there's only one winner. So yeah, like that's what you need to do. That's just how I feel about it. Loving the vibe, says Jazz. Thank you, Jazz. Yeah, we just saw you getting fatter and fatter at the same ratio of your vlogs. You were all taking. Okay. Get you a man who makes his own chips. You've got to make your own chips. It's a game changer. Nick, how are you? Thank you for popping in. Zia, good to see you. Yeah, Nick, I feel really like I'm really sorry that I wasn't. I actually watched your live stream back. Well, some of it. I did not watch all the 7 hours, whatever it was, but I did watch it. It was really good to see. It was great to see people in there. But this is comfortable, and now I'm a bit uncomfortable because it's 20. I was happier when it was 10, but it was, yeah, I really appreciate you popping in, and congratulations again. Honestly, again, if it wasn't for you, Nick, I still say it, like my eyes would never have been open to any of this. So I really appreciate it. Our BCP is still sharing Beck's channel. Beck is going to be doing stuff on there at some point, I'm sure. So I have an appointment with a chicken mushroom steak pie and a pork pie at 7:45 in the morning. Hope they're not the wow, okay, that's quite early to be having those pies. Oh, BCP, you know what? BCP, thank you for sharing my whatnot stream. But you know what? I will say, I'm not sure about whatnot. I really am not sure about whatnot. I kind of feel like it's just, yeah. I did a whatnot stream quite recently, and like I'll be honest, I think I've made a decision where at the moment it, you need to approach it differently. I think whatnot at the moment, unless you've got certain stuff, is a struggle. Like people don't necessarily want to spend too much money. I feel like with whatnot, I've been doing it wrong, if you know what I mean. Like I've done one in the past which I was really happy with, but I think with whatnot you've got to really go on with like a show. You've got to put on a show with whatnot, and I don't think enough streamers. I think barely any streamers do it. If I'm honest, I think the only way streamers are successful is either they've got the right goods that they can start cheap and still make a profit on, so that carries the show, or you get people in my boat where we can't just give stuff away because obviously our margins are not quite as good as maybe some other, on some items, but we're like more like robots sitting there churning stuff out. And I did this yesterday where I was like, you know, okay, I've got this, guys, it's worth this much. I like really boring rubbish. It was a terrible stream. It was a terrible example of a whatnot stream. I feel like the one time I did a good whatnot stream was when I was genuinely excited, genuinely excited to start things at £1. And I was so excited, it got the people that were in the chat excited as well. And like it kind of created this like atmosphere where people wanted to bid against each other, and things went for decent money even though I was starting them for just £1. And that was more down to like, I feel like you need to put on a show and excite people. I kind of feel like with whatnot you have to do that. You've got to create like that. You can't just go on there, and you can't even just rely on the price. You can't even just go on there and be like, guys, this is like a £30 figure, I'm starting it for £1, so let's see what we get, £1. And you've almost got, I think I've almost got to learn, you know, like in America where the cattle auctioneers, you've got to have a chant. If someone went on whatnot today, I think, this is my theory anyway, if someone went on whatnot today, it doesn't matter what they're selling, could be action figures, could be Lego, whatever, but they did the proper auction chant when people were bidding. So they set the auction at like 2 minutes or 1 minute and did the full on, you know, the chant. I think they would get people buzzing, hyped, and they'd bid more. That's my theory, so that's what I'm going to try with whatnot. So thank you for sharing. So I'm going to do whatnot, but I'm going to do it differently to how I've done it. That's the plan. I've got to write that down so I don't forget it. Can't beat old-fashioned chips cooked in lard, says Silver Manny. You don't need to go to lard, but, you know, fat of, like, oil. Homemade, home-fried. Honestly, double-decker couch, they are just, oh, I can't even tell you how good they are. Like, I don't even use Maris Pipers or anything. I just buy the regular basic potato, slice them up, boil them in a pot for about 12 minutes, I feel is like the time I've settled on. 10 to 12 minutes, boil them. Once they've been boiled, strain them. The air fryer, I've got this amazing air fryer. I've got this amazing fat fryer. It's I can't remember the brand actually. I might do a review on it actually because it is incredible. It's one of those fryers where you can take the casing off and put it in the dishwasher, so like everything, like the whole plastic casing, the lid, obviously the basket and all that stuff, everything can be like washed in your you know, you can give it a wash, obviously after you've disposed of the oil. Do not put oil down your drain. That's obviously goes without saying, but like, yeah, ridiculously good chips. Yeah, just absolutely love them. You still need to do a food channel, says Nick. I would love to, but you can have air fried chips every day quantity over quality, says Johnny Voicos. That's a good point, Johnny. That's a good point. But I would yeah, but it doesn't take long to make the home fried ones, and yes, they're obviously a lot more unhealthy because you're frying them in oil. But man, the taste, and you get that sea salt, like the kind of coarse sea salt over it, a bit of pepper. You get a bit of sriracha sauce and a bit of garlic mayo, and just, oh man, alive, yeah. Um, all of you chat are super fans. You know what, guys? Super fans, Leanne. That's a strong word. I see you guys as acquaintances on the journey of YouTube. So thank you so much for everyone that's here. Nah, never too early or late for a pie. I just read, says TK. I really appreciate you guys popping. I really do. I mean, I just thought I'd go late at night. I feel comfortable, like no one's awake. Like the dog is here, like sleeping. I could show you. Bless him. I feel the cat's sleeping on the coffee table because it's hot for some reason. But yeah, it's there we go. Whatnot seems like a lot of work before and after the show for minimal reward. Again, CSV tea cakes. Again, the power of CSV files or comma separated value spreadsheets is I just don't understand why. Like, I'm sure there must be channels that have gone into depth for this, but you can list masses of stuff so quickly using the uploading a spreadsheet to whatnot, and then that makes listing low value stuff or stuff that you're going to start low. Can you please do a whatnot dressed as a cattle salesman, says two Aussie thrifters. You know what, Brad, I would love to have the big Stetson. And I'll tell you something. I don't know why this is not related, I'm guessing, but it kind of could be related. I've been binge watching Madonna's "Don't Tell Me" music video. I haven't done it recently, but like a few weeks ago, I was just watching it, like, and then I even burn a CD with it on and played it in the car. It didn't quite hit the same way as seeing the video. I love that "Don't Tell Me" video when she's doing those funky cowboy dance moves, and she's got those cowboy dances. Oh, what a great video! So yeah, let's see what people are saying. Whatnot is QVC for millennials. You know what it is, but I think a lot can be learnt from that. Like when you used to watch QVC, they gave you the full hard sell, didn't they? They really did. I kind of feel like auctions need something. Whatnot has worked okay for us, but we have marketed our streams through YouTube, Insta. We are thinking of doing one a month moving forward, says Nick. I'm guessing it's Nick, or is it Nick and Andrea? If it is, hi to Andrea as well, and hi to Andrea anyway, but hi Nick. Yeah, I kind of feel like you've got to promote it definitely beforehand, but I just want to try bringing like a high energy stream. Like I just feel like if you did that, because what I notice is people are happy to bid like on their own accord, especially if you start low, but you can definitely help excite people and get them to bid more. I feel like that's the whole point of an auction, right? I think if you start something at what you want for it, you're almost instantly killing the vibe. And then there's this horrible culture in Whatnot, especially at the moment, where if someone asks for an item and then says run it, like because they've decided they're going to buy that item, the other people in the chat will sit with their hands on top of each other because they don't want to bid because a specific person has asked for that item to be run. So then they won't feel that like they can bid. And as a seller, that's the worst thing, isn't it? Right? Like surely the whole point of having a room of people in a friggin' auction is for them to compete. It should be like Mad Max and the Thunderdome in there. It shouldn't be like, that's how I feel anyway. So what else are people saying? Still no Whatnot in Oz for us sellers, says, but Brad, honestly, you guys have got it all sorted. Can I ask you a question? you must use spreadsheets to upload your listings. If you don't, let me know. Please, I'm sure you must do. You must be spreadsheeting it up, bulk listing, especially on your DVD store. Now you're talking TKs. Oh my god, you've sold me on the fryer. Where do I buy one? Was it chips have to be in beef dripping and double boiled first? Wow, tea cakes is taking it to another level. Um, oh gosh. Z, you might have made a good chef, Gordon Ramsay. I love cooking stuff, but only I like cooking a very select batch of dishes. I know I like to make my own burgers. I love making my own burgers. By 20% chuck, I make the patty and make it as thin as possible. You got to make it thin, like really wafer thin, and you can have a couple of patties if you want, and then you put them on the hot skillet and you wait until you start seeing the blood just appearing on the top side, and then you flip it. Oh, obviously season it as well. Oh man, yeah, I mean, don't get me started. I don't want to just end up making myself a burger at 1 in the morning. Let's see what else people are saying. Yes, all good. Rosie Marsden, how are you? Thank you for popping into the stream as well. Deep Fried Deals. Tommy, were you messing with Twitch yesterday? Oh, Tommy, man, what's going on? You're messing with people. You know what? Whilst we're in here, please everyone tell Tommy to get Tracy out of hiding and get back to making some amazing late night live streaming magic, please. Because we are missing that caliber and that quality of content. We need that back. The moment has not passed. It can be refreshed. That's how I feel. I was just showing someone. Leanne says would Beck do a whatnot stream with you, as the banter between you is good, so would be entertaining, says Leanne. That's a good question, Leanne. I think she would, but at the moment, I'm hoping to get her to kind of, well, not get her to, but she wants to get back onto doing like the streaming and stuff, but but she's completely like off of it. She works. She comes home. She's got like her own routine. So she watches GTA RP. She does her crafting. She's doing a lot of craft stuff, a lot of knitting stuff. She's made some amazing things. She keeps herself quite busy, and I think she would go back live. But I think it's just the like with me, like with this, like this was not an easy thing to do, guys. Like I know it sounds really silly. Like for some reason I was okay going live on TikTok, but YouTube for some reason scared me again. Like having stopped doing it, I think I got scared. I mean, obviously I made like my little short video to let everyone know about the shop closing and stuff, but I just then kind of clammed up, and I found it tough. I did a little live stream, or a couple of little live streams. I tried doing them, and they just didn't feel right. I felt like I was like flailing, if you know what I mean. And to do even this was like, that's why I did it like so late. Yeah, but because I wanted to, because I really do miss going live on YouTube, and so I like doing live streams, but it's like riding a bike with streaming. If you stop for a while, or like driving a car, like say you were a car driver and then you stop driving for like 10 years, you'd feel nervous getting behind the wheel of a car again, like after 10 years. It felt like it'd been such a while, and I think with Beck, I think that's kind of the situation where it's been so long since we've been live and done a live stream. We sometimes talk about it because we do miss the Friday chats as well. Maybe one day we'll be able to get back to doing them, but we'll see how it goes. But yeah, she would be open to whatnot at some point. Agreed, you need to inject some personality, put on a show. Brum is the best example within our little community IMO. He dresses up. See, that's the thing, Nick. That's a good point. I've yet to catch one of his shows, but I know that there's disco balls involved, and I've seen shots of him with different themes. Like he does different themes. I've seen, because I watch his YouTube videos, so I know he does different themes and stuff. So I can imagine, and I bet you that helps. Like what what I think is wrong with Whatnot right now is people are approaching it like it's that whole, and this is gonna make me sound like a douche probably, but it's that whole lovey-dovey community. Let's grow a Whatnot is not Twitch. Whatnot is not YouTube. It's not there in the same way. Like it's because with a platform like YouTube and Twitch, you could argue that there's community on here as well, yet we still compete. But we're competing solely for attention in terms of views, watch time, all that kind of stuff. But that can happen at different times. People can watch videos after the fact. They can available at different times and things like that. And there's lots of different niches. With Whatnot, it's very small. There's only a handful of people in certain niches. There's lots of people in some niches, a handful of people in certain niches, and unfortunately, because there's only a handful of people, they're fostering the community spirit, but all that ends up doing is different sellers going into different sellers' streams and buying from each other, and then creating this atmosphere where people don't bid against each other and all that kind of nonsense, which you don't want, because at the core of it, it's a selling platform. It's like eBay, right? So it needs to be a lot more. I think that culture needs to change. Alf, stop it. Alf, stop it. He's just gnawing at his leg for some reason. They've had fleas, unfortunately. We've got the frontline stuff for them, so hopefully that's going to fix it. But yeah, dressing up and all that stuff is important, I think. You do have to put in the effort. Let's see. Thunderdome. Okay, Z, as long as you don't dress like Tina Turner, says PBB. Michelle, is that Michelle Lathan? Michelle, thank you for popping in. You know what? It's so lovely to see these names. Thank you guys for popping in. I really do appreciate it massively. Deep Fried Deal says, at Tommy thought the gang was getting back together for a second. What, because of the Twitch thing? I'm definitely not an early morning person. I would struggle with that at TK, says Rosie. 2LZ Thrifter says, no, we don't use CSV at the moment, but would love to chat about it. I did look into it a while back, but we recently hired a VA, which set us on a different trajectory. Really, Brad? Oh, okay, fair enough. Yeah, I heard that, I saw in your video that you do that. But yeah, CSVs, especially for your media, especially for like your media shop, like it's amazing. I knew you'd have at least looked into it. Most people probably haven't even looked into it, so yeah, at least you looked into it. That's pretty cool. All the OG here could be mistaken for a stream 3 years ago, says TK. Yeah, it's so nice to see some familiar faces, guys. Diesel Engine, hello, how are you? Haha, Dave, I miss it a lot, but it's hard to justify the time without Tracy. Yeah, you need to get Tracy back in, Tommy. You need to bring her out. It's gonna be, you should secretly film it, Tommy. Like, you need to find her, and like you need to kind of go to Tracy and like convince her, and then Tracy should turn around and be like, no, I'm done with that, I don't do that anymore, and like, you know, and she turns away and just ignores and starts like doing dishes or something, you know, like those movies, you know, like when like they had to convince Arnie to come back in Commando, and he's like, no, he doesn't do that anymore, and all that kind of stuff, and then they have to convince him to come back into the fold. Or was it Predator? Or was it no, it wasn't. It was in No, it was in Commando, wasn't it? In Commando, that general lands with his plane specifically to meet John Matrix, to convince him to come back, and John's like, no, I'm not. No, he doesn't do that anymore. He just wants to spend time with Jenny. You know, it needs to be like that. You could release that. It'd be amazing. You have to convince Tracy to come out of it. That'd be amazing. It's not going to happen, is it? It's not going to happen. But we can dream. We can dream. Nothing wrong with specialising on a few menu items. Better to have a limited high quality menu of great food. Very true, Pleasant Valley. Like, I like cooking burgers, I like cooking steak, I like making like chicken wraps and things like that, you know, like gyro style things, and also beef curry in a pressure cooker is another one of the things I like doing as well. But yeah, I agree there, Pleasant Valley. Tracy is knee deep in grandmother life. That baby and her garden is her life now. I can't believe it. Yeah. Wow, the old crowd is here. Have I time traveled? Time traveled 5 years. TikTok has the best discovery on the planet. They know what people want. Honestly, Tommy, it's incredible. I want a US UK live stream of you all together, and Tracy can join from her garden and chaos would ensue. YouTube live streams are funsy. I've been part of a community here for over 2 years. I'm on panels. Wow, met some really fun folks. We usually discuss pop culture and also do watch parties. PvP, that sounds fantastic, man. Once summer is over and we are locked inside for the winter, YouTube may be distraction we need. I'll see if Zahir will be Tracy. You know what, Tommy? I might be up for that. I think that I could be Tracy, but I don't know if I could fill those boots, but you never know. We get into some in-depth discussions. Sounds good, PvP. Whatnot doesn't have enough buyers that are not resellers. I'm always telling people about it, says Leanne. Yeah, I guess so. I don't do that kind of work. Predator. Was it Predators? Ah, okay. Yeah, like that's what we need. Tracy is closer to Mexico than she... Wow. Texas is a hike just to chase her through fields with rattlesnakes. Wow. That's crazy. You know what? America is just basic. It's just massive, isn't it? It is. I mean, wow, that's understatement of the year. America, it's just massive, isn't it? Yeah, it is rather big. Yeah. Has Ads graduated college yet? Got to be getting close as Deep Fried Heels. I'm sure he must have done. Yeah, must have done a while ago. Surely, that was years ago. He's God knows what he's up to now. He must be like philosophizing or something, you know, like some high level of philosophy. He must be doing something amazing like that. You know what? I was thinking of doing like a live stream. I've got my little spreadsheet open here. I was going to add, but no. Whenever you go live, you just end up chatting to the camera. So I think that's the best way to be. England can fit in Texas 5 times. Probably BCP there. That's. Copy that, trademark that BCP. That could be it. Tommy and Tracy. Ads has been putting out videos occasionally. Man, I've not even looked. I'll be honest. I don't know. What do I watch a lot of? I've been watching a lot of movies and things. Really. I don't know. I've kind of gotten into movies a lot. And I like watching streams. I like watching live streams. You know, that kind of stuff I've kind of gotten into, but you know, I'm you know, it's all fun. I watch loads of toy stuff, you know, like different toy stuff, and you know, just chill with the Doge, that kind of stuff really. Wow, it's nearly 1 in the morning, guys. We're gonna go. Hopefully, it's gonna be a really good weather wherever we are. Like the weather has really messed with people here in the UK this year. It's been so wet. Car boots just getting rained off up here constantly, so hopefully it's starting to take a turn for the positive, but I don't want to jinx it because, like, you know, you just don't want to jinx it. But apparently the weather today should be okay, and Sunday should be good as well. So what else are people saying? Ads has been putting out videos occasionally, lobbies. Tommy, Tracy, Z, Ads, Andrews, Aunt Mildred, Deep Fridges, Aunt Mildred, oh my god. I didn't know, Aunt Mildred, I don't know. In it to flip it, Susie, how are you? Thank you for popping in. I appreciate it. Yeah, I popped on live. I thought I'd do like a little, you know, like, I was planning on doing a little bit of like listing on the website, but you know, just got chatting, just chilling. It's a small little stream, you know, just hanging out in my conservatory again. I'm still messing around with electronics as well, by the way, guys. I don't want to, you know, it's not for everybody, but if you come across old computers, and by old computers, I mean like ones that are beige, they're hot at the moment. They're really hot. So like stuff like this. I've got another one here. I've been still messing around with stuff like this. This is a good one. This one I'm actually going to keep together. But normally what I do is I take out all the insides. And just today actually I sold just a case. So it's just a steel case. You take out all the gubbins inside. You can leave the CD drive in for the aesthetics. Someone bought just the case off of me for £65, and people don't really value these, do they? So you can get them super cheap, like old computers, beige computers. You want old cream beige computers. Got them. The insides are probably going to be worth some money, like if you can be bothered with that. But even if you don't know about computers, just gut them and sell the case. You sell them as sleeper PC cases, and you'll make a, like I said, I saw one today for 65 quid. So stuff like that is really, I still enjoy doing stuff like that. That kind of stuff is still a lot of fun. Ooh, check out my little Dr. Evil as well. Got little Dr. Evil. I shall call him Mini-Me. Huh? Oh, I love it. Stuff like that. What are people saying? Ads came on in his sleeping hat. Andrew told him he looked like his Aunt Mildred. We've had a heat wave here for a few weeks now, says PvP. Oh wow, a bit too hot. I can understand that being a bit too hot for you, but we need some weather like that. I have 2 Apple G3s in box. Wow. See-through one is blue and one is turquoise. They run better than micro. Oh yeah, hasn't that been bonkers? Has anyone here been affected directly by that? Touch wood, I've not been affected, but Rebecca's work today were affected. Isn't it crazy? Like, and then you hear about, like, what was that cyber company that you've never heard of before that apparently holds us all to ransom in terms of our online lives? How bonkers is that, huh? How bonkers is it? Like, how much stuff has been, has anyone else been affected by the security flaw thing? I mean, I know it was all over the news. It's crazy. It's crazy. Old and beige sounds like Mrs. PvP. I've been affected. Starbucks was closed. Ruined my whole day. Wow. Tommy, like Starbucks, man. I mean, I like, to be fair, I can't. One thing I've got to mention, right? This recently happened. I thought Garstang was catching up with the times. There was a plan to in an industrial park nearby. There was a plan to open a Starbucks and a McDonald's, but there was outrage amongst the Garstonians, as how conceited do you have to be to call yourself a Garstonian? I mean, what the actual, do you know what I mean? Like, it just sounds horrific. But yeah, there was a big hoo-ha apparently, and they've canned both of the McDonald's and the Starbucks. I could have had a Starbucks and a McDonald's about 5 or 10 minutes drive, but because of some moaning mother truckers, it's not happening anymore. I'm so disappointed. My closest Starbucks and Mackie D's is now like a good 30-minute drive still, which is just not cool. Yeah, I mean, I can imagine. What do you normally get when you go there? What, just something like, do you get like the summer drinks that they do? I like the summer drinks that they do. I mean, obviously they probably do completely different things over in the US compared to over here, but still. Poor you, Tommy, says Susie. By the way, thank you for popping in, Susie. I appreciate it. The world has gone totally bonkers in recent years. Michelle, Garstonians, why would you even call yourself that? Like, that's a thing. It's not even, my point is, that's not even a thing. You can't call yourself a Garstonian. It's not like an old Etonian or something. Do you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't work like Garstonian. Like, it's some, like, I just... Has Britain gotten fibre internet yet, or is everyone still using cellular? We have got good fibre. I have actually got good fibre. Like super fast internet. We're super, like, well, when I say super fast, we're now. I think the best that you can get affordably is a gigabit. So it's not as quick as other countries. Other countries have got far faster, I suppose, but still a gigabit download is not, or is it a gigabit? I think something like that, gigabit. I don't know, of download speed. It's not terrible. 900 and something megabits per second is actually not a gigabit exactly, but 900 and something megabits per second. So it's not terrible, but it's not the best. So there is a time lapse on X with all the US flights from normal to a near halt. Wow, when Windows crashed, wild. Can't imagine the money. Isn't that bonkers? Like that we're like at the mercy of like it really shows like how a handful of people have got ridiculous amounts of control over some really important digital infrastructure. 1 gigabits per second is perfect. Yeah, I mean, I think we're just under it. I think it's like 960 or something megabits per second. But upload is pretty good as well. Upload is pretty good. Oh yes, we remember that good fibre during those first lives from the store, says Susie. Yeah, well, the store didn't have fibre at first, and then sounds like my community 10 years ago. Folks fighting high rises. Now, thankfully, there are condos around 65 stories high now. It's good as we live in the valleys, building up makes sense. Yeah, I mean, and not just that, but also like people do need to live places, don't they? Like kind of you need to have facilities, you need to have stuff. You can't just not have stuff. Like I would much prefer to have had a Starbucks and McDonald's like 10 minutes away. I'm like, why do we think we're too good for it? They think they're too good for it. Like we don't have anything. The closest thing we've got is a what have we got? We've got a Subway. That's it. Like the closest thing we've got. We've got no KFC, nothing. Obviously, forget anything else. Forget Chick-fil-A or anything. Nothing like that. Obviously, nothing. Not even a third-party fried chicken shop. Like we have a couple of independent kebab shops that run a monopoly, and they do everything. So the kebab shop does pizza, they do fried chicken, and they do everything like rather than doing it really well. Although there is a kebab shop which does really good kebab, but they also do pizzas and stuff. But the kebabs are really good. But anyway, what else do people say? What's even more crazy is BlackRock and Vanguard own the vast majority of the company that halted the world. My cousin bought a condo on the 16th floor down by the lake. Beautiful view. Okay. There is a Costa just off the M6. Yeah, but that's still not close, is it, Kathy? Like, it still takes me a good 20 minutes to get to the motorway. I'm right between, it's not close, is it? It's just not close enough, Kathy. It's not good enough. Is that right? Yeah, honestly, Garstang is literally, I think it's about 10 or 11 miles away from Preston and from Lancaster. And yes, it's a 20-minute drive to get to the motorway, to get onto junction 32. So yeah, and if I drive into Preston, then you're talking 25-30 minutes, definitely. And God forbid if there's any traffic. Like it's just so we're secluded. We're like in this little pocket. And the thing is, they love the quietness, and people love the quietness. Obviously, they love the whole villagey aspect. Oh, you live in Garstang, and it's all nice and quaint and villagey, and blah blah blah. But then we've got no like big hitting things. But there we go. The thing is, 20 years ago, it was a small town. Now it's a boom town with around 170,000 people. Wow. Yeah, that's nothing like where we live. I eventually changed my service provider a few weeks back. No more 18-year-old modem. I now have fibre, says BCP. Wow, BCP. About time. About time. You gotta have fibre. Yeah, once you have fibre, you can't leave. You can't go back. You can't go back. Right, we don't even have a We don't have a McDonald's or even a Booths. Says Kathy. Really? Yeah, well, we've got Booths, but who wants to go Booths, man? I mean, like, Booths is just like it's just like the northern version of Waitrose. Like, who wants to go to that? Like, I don't even want to go to I don't want to go to that. Not having a McDonald's is almost criminal. I kind of feel like. And not having a Starbucks. I mean, at this point, those two franchises should be like a prerequisite near any kind of life. I got, I got a new modem about 4 months ago as the old one was getting outdated and got outages. Now all good. You know what? You don't even have fibre. Bloody hell, Kathy. Like, one thing I will say is like is apparently when you get your internet installed here in the UK anyway, BT don't offer the best modems, and often a lot of issues that people have are solved when they replace their modem. Most people will just use the router that's supplied for free, like I'm just using the smart hub or whatever they call it. But apparently by replacing it with a proper different smart hub thing. You know, it's pretty good. How are your daughters doing? Have they got life plans, careers planned, as they must be great? Leanne, great question. And the answer is not at the moment. It's that age where, you know, they're just figuring stuff out, and we're really kind of chill with them. So yeah, but you know they're good, but yeah, they are grown up, 21 and 19 now. But they, you know, they have their own little, they do have plans. It's not right to say they don't have plans, but yeah, they're kind of chilling at the moment. Um, Booths and Waitrose are both owned by John Lewis. Yeah, it makes sense. Double decker. We have McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, KFC, Starbucks, Arby's. Man, no need to show off, PvP. No need to show off. But yeah, that's awesome. Guys, 1 in the morning now. Right. Are you serious? Tea cakes, if you're still here, are you seriously going to stay up till 4:30? Let me know. Are you really going to do that? Because my eyes, like, I would love to, but my eyes have started to get very heavy. My eyes have started to get very heavy. Like, so I'm kind of like, do you know about Spirit Halloween? Says Heidi. No, I don't know about Spirit Halloween. Should I, Heidi? Thank you for the question. I don't know about Spirit Halloween. No. Should I know? What is it? Let me know. My two girls didn't want to go to uni, and they both have great jobs now, doing well. That's good, Leanne. I mean, like, that's like a similar situation. They didn't want to take things further, education-wise. Although they could have, but they just didn't want to, which is understandable. It's not for everybody. So yeah, hopefully that they will also find, you know, what's good for them, and you know. But we're not like mega pushing, because I know they do stuff, but they keep it. They're at that age where they don't tell me much. You know, like I'm just the annoying dad. You know, I'm speaking quietly because one of them's down here. So like she's in the kitchen. So, but it's all good. It's all good. I don't know that. I don't know that the last time I saw 1 a.m. says Susie. Sorry, Izzy, just saying it like it is. They did close a good fish and chip shop though due to redevelopment. Oh, okay, yeah. I mean it's 1:04 a.m. now, and my eyes are feeling like they have got bricks. Like it's happened very suddenly. But now I'm thinking, do I take the tea cakes method and power through till like 5 in the morning? But I know what will happen. I'd stay up till about 4:30, and then I'd go for a nap and end up oversleeping. I don't want to do that. I do want to go out and, you know, get that fresh air, and you know, have a good walk around the car boots and see if I find something cool. I'm drinking Diet Coke, which is silly, really, isn't it? But you know. It's because of the 0 calories. The the clown mask you have in the background is like a Halloween mask. Well, it is, but Spirit Halloween stuff sells like. Oh, Heidi, you've seen the clown mask? Yeah, that's by Trick or Treat Studios. I have a Michael Myers one as well. But Spirit Halloween sells stuff like. Yeah, no, those are by Trick or Treat Studios. Yeah, I've also got. I can show you actually. Hi. By the way, thanks for popping in. Let me show you. Oh. I've got. Yeah, I've got. So. By the way, who here in the chat has watched Terrifier? Has anyone here watched Terrifier? If you have, what do you think of it? Like, honestly, what do you think of it? I mean, it's impressive in certain ways because it uses practical effects, but what do you think of the application of said effects? You know, like, well, I want to know. I want to know what you think. Have you seen the Terrifier film? If you have, let me know. But yeah, this is by Trick or Treat Studios, and I've also got here. What else are people saying? Where are you off to this weekend? Are you trying Windyke Farm on Sunday? I did not know the Windyke Farm was. I did not know Windyke Farm was back, Kathy. I am probably just going to stick to St. Michael's because it's close. Tommy, you still in touch with Taco Toe? I don't even know who that is. Deep Fried Deals, but there we go. The glasses scene was cool, says Heidi. it's. I do love the practical effects, but I've got to say, like, I've only seen the first Terrifier. I've not actually seen I've not seen the second one, and I don't know, man. I know it's probably not like the worst kind of movie out there for violence, but certain scenes in it were like, wow, because he's quite a cool character, but like some of the scenes were like really visceral, for want of a better word. But it's an impressive movie. But there we go. It's back on Sunday. So yeah. But that's just my opinion. Anyway, but they're both Trick or Treat Studios. Not. But I will look into that brand, Spirit Halloween, because I think I've heard of it. I do some other horror stuff as well. By the way, Heidi, where are you based? Are you based in the UK or not? If not, you can still check out my website. Only Cool Stuff. I sell all kinds of nerdy stuff. Just why not plug it? Why not? And that goes for you guys as well. If you fancy checking it out, check it out. Hazy, did you ever hear of The Damned, UK punk band that formed in '76? Saw them live last month with 3 founding members. In their mid to late '60s, they kicked ass, great energy. I've not heard of them, but I'm glad you enjoyed it. PvP, yeah, it's just not my bag. It's back on Sunday. You have just talked me into going to St. Michael's. We'll keep our eyes skinned for you, says Kathy. Yeah, I don't. You know what? St. Michael's has. I'm hoping it's going to be good this Sunday. The last few times I've gone, it's been a bit of a disappointment. Just so you know. Yeah, that's just how I feel. Alright, what are people saying? Shop Spirit Halloween for an incredible selection of Halloween costumes. Okay. Heidi. Yes, Dave was at his house a couple of months ago for his 50th birthday party. I don't even know what you're talking about now. Jazz says, please exit the only girls. Thank you, Jazz. And BCP, thank you for sharing. I appreciate it. Well, I've got to plug it, haven't I? This is the thing. I normally do this, my marketing on and this is the other thing. By the way, guys, like this is cool to talk about as well. Like, I do need to open my mind to like the paid side of the advertising. Like when you sell on eBay, you acknowledge that you have to do promoted listings, and you're happy to pay for that. It makes sense for me to pay, for good converting videos on TikTok, promote my videos, or on Facebook and Instagram, and get people to go to the site, because it makes sense. And I've been so resistant to stuff like that before, but it works, and you can track the data to see that it works in terms of at least visitors. But conversion wise, TikTok has just been like, wow, just mind bending. Alright, Kevin Rosen, wow, hey Kevin, thanks for popping in. One of the community members I hang out with is into gory horror, introduced me to some fun films, and I was never a gore fan before. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm just not sure I'm a super gore fan. Like saying that, one of my favourite films of all time is The Thing, and that's kind of gory, but I think the reason that I find Terrifier uncomfortable is the type of gore. There's Norris. I've got like a little Norris figure. Like yeah. The original Thing is probably amongst my favourite films, and I loved that. The gore in that didn't bother me at all. I like Damien Leone's like practical effects, but I just think because of the style of them, because of the context of them, the violence against, he's attacking these women and stuff, and it's not just women, but it's actually, or is it? Is it? I don't know. But it just I felt a little bit like I don't enjoy it as much as, or at all, compared to something like the violence and the gore in something like The Thing, if that makes sense. That's just me. Am I on Twitter? No, I am not Pleasant Valley, and I'm not on X or whatever it's called. Not because of any like, oh, I'm not one of those people that like is, oh, I don't like Elon Musk or something. I'm indifferent. I don't, he's liking or hating him, doesn't make any sense to me. I just not on it. I just never really got on it. I mean, I'm on it. I think I have an account, but I never use it. I can't remember the last time I posted on it or even logged in or anything like that. But there we go. Me too, Dave. He is a good friend. Everyone is just busy now, it seems. Man, what are you talking about, Tommy? Where's Dave? Oh, is it Deep Fried Deals? Is Dave? Okay. Oh, you're talking about the cod. You're talking about your little cod buddies. Oh, okay. All right then. Okay, I understand. Um, Susie says, I'm still using my Grogu wallet. And you still get Oh, Susie, I'm so glad. I remember shipping that out to you, actually. I'm so glad. Thank you so much for picking that up. I really do appreciate it. That's so cool. That is so cool. I really do appreciate it. I'm glad you still get compliments on it. Do you want to see the coolest thing that I got? Like, it's ridiculous. It's quite big. I don't know if I can bring it over, actually. I got like a massive Cara Dune premium format figure sideshow, but it's on the speaker in the living room, so I'd probably drop it because I'm so tired right now. So like I'm probably not going to do that. All right, guys, I'm gonna call it because I've enjoyed my first live stream back in a while. You guys have been just phenomenal at making me feel comfortable. Thank you so much for popping into the stream. Really do appreciate it very much. I know it's super late at night. Well, it is here in the UK anyway. So those of you that are here in the UK, I've obviously had a lot of my friends from across the pond and from across the world with Brad and Jazz as well. Thank you so much, guys. All of you guys. Thank you very, very, very much for making me feel so like comfortable and appreciate it. Thank you for popping into the live. I will be doing more of these. Thank you so much, guys. I'm going to be doing more of these. You've got me back into it. It might even end up being to the point where you get sick of me. I'm going to try to get on the horse. It's probably going to be late at first because I'm comfortable at night. I can't explain it, but it's quiet. It's just me. It's late at night. I feel safer doing it. It's stupid, but I feel comfortable doing this. And then hopefully I just get into doing more and more. And hopefully Beck at some point will join. I think she misses it as well, guys. She does miss it as well. So I'll be sure to tell her. You guys were just fantastic and it was brilliant, and hopefully we'll be streaming again more regularly. I miss all of you guys as well. Thank you, Susie. Thank you, Pleasant Valley, Leanne, Deep Fried Deals, Jazz, Brad, Will, PvP, Tommy. Thank you so much for popping in, guys. And obviously BCP and Nick and everyone, really, everyone, Kevin, everyone. Right, guys. Thank you for popping in, and I will hopefully see you guys in the next stream.